Hi, Kirk Nurock here, composer, pianist, jazz musician, and angry citizen. I want to address my fellow musicians and then the general public. Among the countless corrupt and unconscionable acts of this White House is the incarceration of 15,000 children. 2 of them died this past month alone while in U.S. custody due to lack of medical care. Back in the early days of the AIDS crisis, there was a slogan, "Silence equals death." Clearly, that applies again today. An element I've noticed that's missing from the national discourse is outright noise. I've long believed that music without lyrics has a special power to reach the human mind and heart. And of course, dissonance rather than consonance has a way of getting people's attention. I want to encourage musicians nationally to engage in acts of sonic protest. Various forms of nonverbal, organized cacophony can incite and increase our sense of outrage and dissent. Musicians of all styles and levels can access improvisatory skills. And indeed, and this is where I address the general public, even people with no training in music at all can learn a wonderful array of offbeat, non-verbal vocal sounds. Please watch our 8-minute video to get a sense of some of our approaches. However, I all the more encourage you to come up with your own structures and compositions, adapted to suit your own instrumentation and community. To be clear, I'm neither promoting my own music nor earning a cent from this endeavor. And indeed, I encourage you also, oddly enough, to separate your usual artistic pride and polish and career from the immediate need for noise. I want to emphasize the urgency of it all. Due process is taking entirely too long, and meanwhile, 15,000 children and their families have been separated from each other, not knowing where their loved ones are or even if they're still alive. Not to mention countless other destructive acts that affect, well, the entire globe. I pray that peace, decency, and compassion return to our national consciousness. Meanwhile, may we all hit the streets with tenor saxophones, amplified violins, vocal cackling, non-verbal angry gibberish, and so much more. We as artists and musicians, and yes, the general citizenry, have a responsibility at times like these to never shut up. Thank you.